Hey there, welcome to day 1499 of What You Up To Now. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, documenting the journey, both online and offline businesses these days. But I started out in 2017 exploring the online world. I'd never really had a chance to get online and get involved in the internet. Most of my, all of my experience previous to that, for the most part, had been with respect to offline businesses and corporate America. So I decided, following my divorce and divesting myself of all my assets with my ex-husband, what was I going to do? I was old enough to retire, but I still had energy and I didn't want to retire. So I thought, well, I'm going to just do what I want. I'm going to explore the online world because I've always been curious about the internet. So I hopped online and, geez, I think I've made every mistake you can possibly make online. Maybe not all of them, but I've made a whole lot of them. And that's how I've learned. I've had coaches and mentors, and taken courses and read books and studied. But a lot of what has worked for me is I tried on different things and did the things that worked for me, and then learned from the things that didn't work for me, and created my online world and my online businesses, as well as the offline businesses now since COVID-19, doing things my own way. Sometimes, and really that's how we have to do everything. We can have, and I've had dozens and dozens of coaches and mentors and been in masterminds and worked with consultants and been a consultant for years. And we learn from one another, right? We learn from what other people do so that we don't have to make all of the mistakes ourselves. So today I'm thinking about, for Supersize Your Business, our idiom was, all great minds run in the same channel, or great minds think alike. The proverb, great minds think alike, but fools seldom differ. And that triggered for me the media and what's going on in at least America right now with our media and our social media, that if you don't believe everything that they say and fall in line 100%, you're shut down, shut off, cut off, and not allowed to say or think anything. I am the exact opposite of that. I think each and every one of us is personally responsible for thinking for ourselves, for weighing the information, all of the information, not just certain sources, and saying, does this make sense? And is this right for me? Does this feel right to me? That's all of our responsibility. As human beings, it's our job to think for ourselves. So I will forever say, think for yourself, think for yourself, think for yourself. And you might go along with it, but you're making a conscious choice that you agree with it. You're not just being brainwashed into thinking things and believing things. And unfortunately, there's a whole lot of brainwashing going on. And there has been for my entire life. There's been indoctrination and brainwashing and everything else. And I think that as Americans, we believed it was just happening in the evil parts of the world. But now it's I guess, come home to roost. And we need to be aware of that. So that's my aside of thinking for ourselves today. So our annual challenge today was talking about something I have really little or no experience with, the superconscious, and how we tap into that. And apparently there's a tool called soul writing that you can use to tap into the superconscious, which is, it's like your soul, or the big version of you, or the energy that's outside of us but all around us and makes up everything. That would be, I guess, a quick way of describing the superconscious. So I'm going to try that today. I've never sat down and done soul writing. It's a 10-step process that I shared on the challenge today. And I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it on and see how it feels. I'm going to ask a question and see what comes up. And I'm just going to write. And make sure I pay attention to how I feel. How does it make me feel? Because my subconscious, I know, is going to try to shut me down and cut me off from my superconscious. The superconscious and the subconscious are both unconscious parts of our mind and our existence as human beings. And so our superconscious is there to enlighten us and give us access to all knowledge. And our subconscious, its only job is to keep us safe. Keep us safe, keep us safe, keep us safe. So and to store everything, right? We talked about that yesterday in the challenge. It stores everything that ever happens to us, as well as things that happen to other people that we feel strongly about, and we stick in our subconscious memory for future reference, right? Everything goes in for future reference. So I know that my subconscious is going to try to make this hard for me, or tell me I can't do it, or that it's fake, or that it doesn't work for me. But I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it and see what happens, because I'm super curious now that I learned about it yesterday. So I don't know when I'm going to do that. I got to look at my schedule and see when I can fit that in. I went shopping yesterday with my daughter and my granddaughter. I don't go shopping very much, but she wanted to take the babies, so I went out with them, and I found this cool mug that says, I have to use my magnifying glass to see what it says. No one is you, and that is your superpower. I love this mug because I totally believe that. If we tap into our own uniqueness, because there is no one else on the planet of 3 or how many billion people, 7, some almost 8 billion people, no one is exactly like you, and that is what makes you special and unique and your superpower. Our journey is our journey, and nobody will have the exact same journey that we do. Yep, we can learn and we can model and we can follow and we can train and we can get information from other people. We can have coaches and consultants and masterminds, but all of that has to be taken in and acted upon by us and create our own unique experience by going through it and applying, taking action on the things that we learn and creating our own path, our own journey. So even though we can have similar experiences to other people, each of us have our own unique experience in that common experience. Each and every one of us, even though almost everyone on the planet has been impacted by COVID, how we've been impacted, how we've experienced that has been different for each and every one of us. Even in our own families, how I or my daughter or my son or my granddaughters or my son-in-law or my mom or my sisters, we've all had an absolutely totally different experience with COVID. Thus, we have different ways of thinking about it, different ways of dealing with it, different experiences with it. And that's what makes the world an awesome place. All right. So I've got today. If I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow just to let you know how things are going, what I'm working on, what's working, what's not working in the offline and the online world, as well as I'll fill you in on how the soul writing goes, because I'm kind of excited to try that tool on today. Have an awesome day. I'll be with you tomorrow.